terrorism never flourishes unless it has support from the corridors of power.
And the implications are quite strong. It will have some effect on our bilateral relations unless swift action is taken.
Mamata Banerjee has got her Muslim politics wrong. She got it all wrong.
Certainly a matter for, grave concern.
When the smoke from October 2nd blast in Burdwan cleared, it left in its wake a deeply distressing image. A picture that put West Bengal right at the forefront of evil designs hatched by an international terrorist network.
India's premier anti-terror agency NIA is looking for 12 key men whom they believe are the main suspects of the Bengal terror plot. The NIA has specific information that these people have infiltrated into India and have set up terror camps across the Indo-Bangladesh border. That's the reason why NIA has now announced a bounty of 10 lakh rupees for the two prime suspects of the blast. Yusuf, who used to run the Simulia Madrasa, and Kausar, who is believed to be the main Bangladeshi handler behind the two deceased of October 2nd blast.
Initial investigations point to a larger plot, one that not just jeopardizes India's internal security, but also that of neighboring Bangladesh. The National Investigation Agency, NIA, probing the blast, suspect that Burdwan was the fallout of a sinister plot that was hatched deep inside Bangladesh. The larger and more scary plot hatched by the banned Bangladeshi militant group Jamaatul Mujahideen to assassinate the country's Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina herself and to carry out a coup against the democratically elected government of Bangladesh. A senior amateur official speaking on condition of anonymity has been quoted as saying, "The strategy was to hit the political leaders of the country and demolish the democratic infrastructure of Bangladesh. This was all being planned on Indian soil, and we could have been blamed if there was an attack." The NIA has now confirmed that the two militants killed in the October 2nd blast were Jamaatul Mujahideen operatives from Bangladesh, who were using India as a safe haven to plan their attacks. The blast has suddenly made the Indian security establishment sit up and take stock of the imminent danger of terror activities in West Bengal. The country's topmost security officials, National Security Advisor Ajit Doval, NIA Chief Sharad Kumar, Intelligence Bureau Chief Asif Ibrahim and NSG DG J.N. Chaudhary all rushed to West Bengal to assess the status and direct the investigation on the ground.
How has so much explosives come into this state? That is something that the NIA, I don't know whether they went into this aspect of it. They probably focused, I will say narrowly, on the plot itself at Khagragod. Yes, it has been certainly a massive intelligence failure on all fronts, external as well as internal.
Sheikh Hasina broke nothing. She just went hammer and tongs at these guys. They had to run for cover. Where do they run for cover? They'll run for cover, obviously, where they find it easy. The point is, Bengal is next door to Bangladesh. For a Bangladeshi, it's easy to slip into Bengal, same language, to melt into the crowd, and especially if you have the right kind of political environment, then you thrive there.
Over the years, the outlawed Jamaatul Mujahideen became the biggest terror organization spreading its tentacles in neighboring Bangladesh. The Jamaat has been accused of carrying out multiple attacks across Bangladesh, mostly targeting the ruling Awami League government that came back to power for a second consecutive term in Dhaka. The Jamaat's aim was to replace the democratically elected Sheikh Hasina government in Bangladesh with an Islamic rule based on Sharia. In 2005, the Jamaatul Mujahideen of Bangladesh detonated nearly 500 bombs almost simultaneously on one single day across Bangladesh, including in the capital Dhaka itself. Its militants later carried out suicide attacks on several courthouses, killing at least 25 people and injuring hundreds. Earlier this year, gunmen opened fire and bombed a security van carrying members of the group on the way to court. The Hasina government in Bangladesh came down heavily on the Jamaat and first banned the organization and then began going after its leaders. Indian security forces believe that facing the crackdown in Bangladesh, the Jamaat-ul-Mujahideen Bangladesh operatives began to slip into India and began to hide in small towns and hamlets in West Bengal and Assam, mixing in with the local populace. Some reports suggest that at least 150 JMB operatives may have come into Indian territory in the recent past. The NIA has discovered hideouts across Burdwan, Birbhum, Nadia, Murshidabad and Malda in West Bengal and Borpeta in Assam.
What has baffled Indian security agencies is the ease with which some of these operatives have obtained fake Indian ID cards, have bought lands here and set up religious educational institutions. They have also recruited local youth and have indoctrinated them, have also given them terror training. All this with the sole purpose to supply arms, ammunition and men for subversive activities across the border in Bangladesh.
It has now been established that the two fatalities in the Burdwan blast were Jamaat-ul-Mujahideen operatives Shakil Ahmed and Sovan Mandal. A third JMB operative, Abdul Hakim, was injured and is being given medical attention under police supervision. Investigations have revealed that this house at Khagragar in Burdwan was the JMB hideout for about 3 months. It was Shakil Ahmed who took 3 first-floor rooms on rent from landlord Hassan Chaudhary. Shakil paid 5,000 rupees per month to use the premises. It has come to light that the landlord Hassan Chaudhary gave the house on rent to Shakil Ahmed on the recommendation of an imam of the local mosque, Sheikh Nasiruddin. Incidentally, Hassan Chaudhary is also the president of the mosque committee.
আমি আদৌ তাদেরকে চিনি না জানি না হঠাৎ এসে বলছে মন্ত্রী সাহেব আপনি ঘর ভাড়া খালি আছে না আমাদের চৌধুরী স্যার প্রেসিডেন্ট স্যার সভাপতি আছে ওনার ঘর খালি আছে ওদিকে নামাজ পড়ে দেখি এইটি আমার হঠাৎ
মানে ওই গাড়িটা আমার সঙ্গে এসেছিল আর ওরা দেখিয়েছিল ওদের ফ্যামিলি আছে আর আমি কাউকে চিনি না একটা গাড়িওয়ালা লোক ছিল ওই তার নাম শাকিল আহমেদ না না ওরা ঢুকতেও দিত না আর ওই গেটটাই চাবি দিত আমি তখন বলেছিলাম গেট খুলে রাখো এই মেন গেট খুলে রেখে দাও.
The JMB operatives Shakil Ahmed, Sovan Mandal and Abdul Hakim soon set up their bomb-making factory, all in the garb of a garments workshop. There were 2 women in the team, Rajia and Amina Bibi, who provided the cover of there being a family in the house. Locals say the women barely came out of their houses and mostly had their faces covered in a burqa. An M80 two-wheeler always remained parked outside the house, mostly used by Shakil. Neighbors now say that they often saw strangers visiting the house. When the blast took place, terrified neighbors initially kept their distance. No one approached the house to find out the reason for the blast, till they saw blood seeping out through the drain, even as the doors remained shut from inside. On seeing the blood, both the police and fire brigade were informed. When the door was finally broken down, the bodies of 2 men were discovered, while a third man lay writhing in a pool of blood. The injured Hakim and the 2 women, Amina and Rajia, are all under NIA custody now. Localized bomb-making accidents in politically charged West Bengal has been a feature for more than 4 decades now. But what suddenly blew the Burdwan blast out of proportions was the huge amount of explosives that got uncovered at the blast site. The state government was overwhelmed when the Bengal CID stumbled upon 52 IEDs hidden inside one of the rooms in the house. It was an accidental discovery which had political ramifications. The fear was that at a time when the Mamata government was at loggerheads with the ruling party in Delhi, a terrorist cell working unhindered in Bengal would be ammunition for the BJP. The West Bengal police went into what was seen as a cover-up mode. They came out with a statement terming the blast a cylinder explosion, while at the same time taking measures to dispose of the unearthed explosives.
গতকালকে 12:15 নাগাদ দুপুরে একটা ফোন আসে বর্ধমান থানায় যে গ্যাস সিলিন্ডার ব্লাস্ট হয়েছে, ফায়ার ব্রিগেড পাঠান, বাড়ি থেকে ধোঁয়া বেরোচ্ছে। এটা দেখার পরে, এটা শোনার পরে পুলিশ ওখানে যায়, ফায়ার ব্রিগেডকে জানায়। পুলিশ যাওয়ার পরে দেখে যে দুতলার একটা বাড়ি, তারপরে উপরে গিয়ে দেখে যে চারিদিকে রক্তগুলো রয়েছে। সেটা 3 জনকে পুলিশ ওখান থেকে ইমিডিয়েটলি শিফট করে।
With the Burdwan police station merely 5 minutes away from the site, the blast exposed the miserable failure of the state's intelligence mechanism. Questions began to be asked. How is it that the local police had no inkling of a terror hub in the heart of Burdwan town? Did the police not look closely? Because the house where the terrorists stayed was once the TMC party office in the area. Did the police turn a blind eye because the landlord is a community leader and the president of the local mosque? With hard questions being asked, there was no way that the Burdwan blast could be treated as an isolated incident. The central intelligence agencies were soon swarming over the area, and the investigations were taken out of the hands of the local police and CID. The NSG soon recovered another 39 IDs from a separate house from nearby Badshahi Road. It all began to point towards a larger conspiracy, and the Mamata government, after its initial belligerence, went on the back foot.
There will also been some media reports that RDX has been found from the site. I would like to say that no RDX has been found on the site. As I said, the CID has taken over investigation, and the Director General of Police has since formed a composite task force with top officials and officers.
But with national security at stake and with international terrorism in question, the state police and investigative agencies were sidelined. The National Security Advisor Ajit Doval himself began directing the NIA probe. Reportedly, the orders had come directly from the Prime Minister's office. Soon, the NIA investigations revealed several key links to the plot. Multiple hideouts discovered in Birbhum, Murshidabad, Malda and Nadia districts. Jihadi literature recovered suggesting possible links to IM and Simi. Currency notes recovered had stamps of a bank in Telangana looted by Simi activists last year. Cell phone records revealed names of more suspected JMB operatives, Yusuf and Kausar.
Investigators say Bangladeshi national Kausar was the main handler of 2 terrorists who died in the October 2nd blast in Burdwan, while Yusuf was in charge of maintaining the supply line. Yusuf, of Class A dropout, went to Azamgarh in 2007 and was indoctrinated in jihadi training. He later came back to Burdwan and set up a madrasa in Simulia. Investigators now reveal that the Simulia madrasa is the hub of all terror activities right in the heart of Bengal.
Barely 40 kilometers away from Burdwan town, this nondescript structure in the middle of farmland looks anything like an educational institution. But it aroused the suspicions of investigators after interrogation of the women arrested in the Burdwan blast case. It turned out that both Amina and Rajya were indoctrinated into the ways of terror at this very madrasa in Simulia. A joint investigation team of NIA and NSG swooped down on this madrasa only to make startling discoveries here. Terror hardware in the form of wires, gun pellets, knives and daggers, money receipts and jihadi literature, including a book in Bengali titled How to Die a Good Death. A nano car was also found that suspiciously had an Indian Army sticker on it. Later investigations revealed that its registration number was actually that of a 2-wheeler in Murshidabad. Another madrasa run by key accused Yusuf Sheikh was also raided in Lalgola, Murshidabad.
क्या ये सच नहीं है ममता बनर्जी कि जमात मुजाहिदीन बांग्लादेश जेएमबी को और उनके ऑपरेटिव्स को एक साफ बिना कठिनाई का एक रास्ता दिया गया वेस्ट बंगाल में, जिससे वो 7 से 9 मदरसा जो बॉर्डर पे हैं उनके अंदर वो ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम कर सके, उन मदरसों के माध्यम से रिक्रूटमेंट हो सके, ये सब किया जा रहा था अक्टूबर 2 के पहले।
There are 614 madrasas recognized under the West Bengal Board of Madrasa Education spread all over Bengal. But there are hundreds more that also exist, unrecognized and therefore unaccounted and unregulated across the state. 9 madrasas along the India-Bangladesh border are now on the NIA radar and are being investigated to see if they have any terror links. As the NIA moves ahead with its probe, the focus is firmly on those absconding, namely Kausar, the prime handler of the 2 deceased terrorists, and Yusuf, the madrasa trainer.
I had detailed discussion with my officers and we have evolved strategies regarding arrest of absconding accused person.
With specific intel inputs that the key accused may try to sneak away into Bangladesh, security has been beefed up across the entire Indo-Bangla border. There is also fear that there may be more JMB operatives trying to enter India.
हाँ, हमें ऑर्डर मिल चुका है क्या कि देखते ही बंदे को गोली मार दी जाए जो रात को दिखाई देगा 12 बजे के बाद। उसको देखने के लिए हमारे पास नाइट विजन में रात को देखने के लिए नाइट विजन हैं जो रात को हम आदमी की मतलब दिन की तरह देख सकते हैं। वो साधन हमारे पास उपलब्ध है, उनके जरिए हम देख के और उनको हम रोक सकते हैं।
সন্ত্রাসী সব দেশে আছে না? আছে না? অবশ্যই সব দেশে আছে, কম আর বেশি। আমাদের দেশে সন্ত্রাসী কম, বাংলাদেশে সন্ত্রাসী কম। জীবনে যে পিস্তল পাই আমরা সবই ইন্ডিয়ার ভিতর দিয়ে আসতেছে পিস্তল বাংলাদেশ। বাংলাদেশ থেকে একটা পিস্তল কি যাচ্ছে? আপনার দেশে যাচ্ছে না। এই যখন আসতেছে আমার দেশে পিস্তল যখন পাই তখন এই পিস্তল ভারত থেকে আমাদের দেশে ঢুকতেছে চায়না পিস্তল। আমরা নিজেরা ধরতেছি। কয়েকদিন আগেও ধরলাম।
Sources have told headlines today that at least 100 bombs have been manufactured in the madrasas in and around Burdwan and have already been transported into Bangladesh. Also, the agencies say that 4 consignments of 30 hand grenades have already been dispatched across the border to Bangladesh. All of these are indications that West Bengal may well have become a heaven for terrorists, particularly those who are targeting the democratic institutions in Bangladesh. But in India, it is politics that is taking precedence over security.
West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee has reacted sharply to charges that her state has now become a safe haven for terrorists. The BJP too has upped the ante, sensing a chink in Mamata's armour. But amidst all the political hyperbole, what has taken backseat is the fact that in West Bengal, both central and state security agencies have been caught napping.